My name is Anna Fayziyev, and this is my third year at law school. I go to Touro Law School, and I was set up through a civil practice externship program through my school, which set me up with this law firm here. Basically, I wanted to do real estate law, so according to my preference, I was set up at Adam Leitman Bailey. My role at Adam Leitman Bailey PC was that of a legal intern. I was originally supposed to work with Rosemary, transactional attorney, to do closings and work of that sort. However, I did other work such as research, going over some memos, writing articles, stuff like that. I actually have never had a private law firm experience in a real estate setting, and this was my first. So I always knew I wanted to be in this field, but like I said, I'd never had the private law firm experience, and I loved it. It was the greatest opportunity that I've ever had. It really taught me basically what I need to know. I knew I wanted to be in this field, but up until this point, I wasn't really sure what kind of work is done. And working here has helped me realize that. It made me realize that this is the field for me. This is what I want to do. I did work with Adam directly. He gave me a couple of assignments. One, we were going over a Blumberg lease form, so we were drafting a sublease for a co-op, and I was basically drafting back and forth with him on that, as well as I worked on the Tenant Fair Chance Act, for which I had to write an article basically describing what tenant screening is. So I worked with him on that article as well. Among the tasks that I performed, like I said, I did transactional work with Rosemary and Tasha. So did invoices for the closings, the closing documents. I actually was sent to a closing one time, which I was just thrilled. It was like one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, just to be there, just to, like, as an attorney. It was great. As for the closings, we filed UCC 1s, we filed UCC 3s, so a lot of work pertaining to the closings. Also, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of landlord-tenant research. Just tenants' duties, landlords' duties as they come up. I had to do research on a company, like a Los Angeles-based company one time. A big part of what I was doing here was the Blumberg lease, the sublease, and the tenant screening article, aside from all the transactional work. Well, number one, I think from working in a law firm setting, I think it's very important as to who you're working with, because the people around you make your environment. They have a great impact on the kind of experience that you will have. So I learned a lot from the people that I've worked with, and I've learned professionalism, how to carry yourself as an attorney. I learned a lot of work in the field of real estate, which I wanted to learn. I'd have to say one of the most memorable moments of my experience here was when I was sent to the closing. I basically had to bring some checks, collect some checks, and just collect documents and make sure that they have the proper documents needed. So basically, the last step of the closing was up to me. So I felt like it was a big responsibility on me to make sure everything was right, to make sure I come back and make sure I give them the necessary documents. So yeah, that was definitely a great experience. I remember coming out of that and just calling my mom, and it was great. Like, I loved it. As I mentioned before, the people who you work with is a big deal. So I love the environment. I love just the respect and how you associate with, how everybody associates with you. It's, they're teaching me, I'm learning from them, but at the same time, I'm not like looked down upon because I'm a student or I'm not an attorney yet. Like, I feel at the same level with them, and I think that that's very important. And I've just heard of other experiences, and I've had other experiences where it's not the case. So that's definitely important. I think that definitely stood out at me. This internship has prepared me for the future in that, as I said before, I wanted to be in this field of law, but I wasn't exactly sure its day-to-day work and what it actually dealt with. So it basically reinstated for me that this is what I want to do, and I will be looking for work in this field. And basically, yeah, it basically made me realize that this is the right area for me. If another student asked me whether they should intern here, absolutely. Actually, that's how I found out about this firm. I had a previous student from my school told me about it, and she absolutely loved it here, and that's how I found out about it, like I said. So I would recommend it for sure, definitely. It's a great experience for a student. Yeah, and I just would like to thank Adam, obviously, for the amazing opportunity of working here, and everyone else that I've had and did not have the opportunity of working with. It was a great experience, and I'll definitely never forget it.